Blackhead. Testanero. Blackhead. What the hell does blackhead have to do with anything? You'll find out. My friends, this is called When TDS Goes Terminal. The woke meltdown of Alberta Testanero. Blackhead. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we officially have a new poster child for Trump Derangement Syndrome, aka TDS. Meet Alberta Testanero. Blackhead. A 55-year-old creative director who moonlights, she might mainline, that might explain her behavior, but she moonlights as a self-righteous political hall monitor and part-time subway stunt woman. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You might have seen this. This week, she gained notoriety, nationwide attention, and fame for berating a young man, happened to be a Trump supporter, on a New York City subway, then face-planting, splat, on the platform in what can only be described as, well, sweet, poetic justice. That's right, everybody. Testanero, a dual U.S.-Italian citizen, wasn't just yelling. No. She was screeching at the top of her lungs in the face of a young man, for the high crime of wearing a Make America Great Again hat. That's it. In a now viral video with over 5 million videos, she called him uneducated, racist, and then, like any fully deranged leftist lunatic, tried to snatch the hat right off his head. That is attempted theft. That's also battery. Spoiler alert, she failed desperately and wiped out on the dirty, dank, skanky, rat urine strewn subway floor in front of everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, instant karma. And just who is this unhinged lunatic activist? Well, she's not just some fringe protester, no siree, Bob. She's a freelance creative director for luxury brands like Tiffany Co, Coach, Bergdorf Goodman, and Kate Spade. That's right. You read that right, ladies and gentlemen. This woman, this harridan, this deranged, unhinged loon who publicly attacked someone for their political beliefs alone and physically lunged at them, is in charge of branding strategy for some of the most elite fashion companies in America. Tell me again how tolerance works. And let's just say, something tells me she might not be working there any longer, especially if you ask her coworkers, but we'll get to that in a moment. Her online bios claim she maintains the highest standards, and has a keen understanding of corporate strategy. Sounds great, doesn't it? It sure does. Until she's foaming at the mouth on the 6 train over a red baseball cap. This woman's out of her mind. If this is the professionalism luxury brands want attached to their names, well, I would be quite surprised, don't you? So let's be blunt, shall we? It's what I do. If she had done this to anyone wearing a different kind of hat, say a rainbow flag or a BLM cap, you get where I'm going here, huh? She'd be radioactive in the media. But because the target of her rage, her target was a Trump supporter, well, the left pretends it's justified. Well, it's not. It's deranged. It's criminal. It's obsessive. And it's dangerous. And something has to be done about this now. This woman doesn't need another contract. She needs help immediately in a padded cell, heavily narcotized and some kind of anticonvulsants or antipsychotic meds, Thorazine, stat, IV drip, push. She's a walking warning sign of what happens when you let MSDNC and, I guess, social media and TikTok or whatever become your emotional support system. A former friend even told the press, get this, that Alberta became, quote, extremely liberal and very agitated in recent years. No kidding. We just watched it unfold in HD. She's a lunatic. What the hell's going on here? Her rage isn't rooted in justice or concern for others. It's performance and performative. It's the narcissistic rage of someone so deep in this ideological swamp bubble that she thinks shouting at strangers is some sort of, brave resistance, or justified, or allowed, or permissible. In reality, she's just another angry leftist loon who snapped, became shingat out of her mind, publicly because someone dared wear a hat she didn't like. Imagine that. And by the way, and thank God for cameras, but and by the way, if a MAGA supporter had chased someone on the subway, called them names, and tried to rip a hat off their head, the media would be in meltdown mode. There'd be calls for doxing and cancellation. Think Tesla. Think swastikas with keys. Maybe even federal charges under the Biden administration. You think I'm kidding? But when the roles are reversed, it's silence, or worse, sympathy, or crickets. She claims to be a branding expert. I got your brand right here. So listen, let's talk about branding, Alberta, okay? You've successfully rebranded yourself from luxury consultant to unhinged lunatic subway screecher. My God, congratulations. Your fall wasn't just physical, it was reputational. It was actually symbolic and actual, literally and figurative. And what's great, you did it all by your lonesome. You must time right now for every brand associated with this woman to take a long, hard look, ladies and gentlemen, at whether her name belongs anywhere near their marketing items. If Tiffany Company is comfortable working with someone who attacks people in public over politics, their customers deserve to know, don't you think? So let's be real, kiddo. Let's be real. This wasn't a one-off. It's a pattern. These kinds of public meltdowns don't happen in a vacuum. You know it, I know, we all know it. This is the culmination of years of some kind of ideological poisoning by a media and a culture so vapid that it demonizes anyone who thinks differently. MAGA didn't make Alberta crazy. Liberal groupthink did. You hear what I'm saying? She's not brave. She's not righteous. She's just another privileged, progressive lunatic who thinks that shouting racist at strangers is somehow activism. And now she's the face of everything wrong with the radical left. Intolerant, entitled, and totally out of touch. Let me tell you something, my friends. You know it and I know it. I think I speak on behalf of all of us. But America saw what you did, Alberta. We saw what you did, and we're not buying this. And we're not buying your branding, and we're not going to buy your brands. Because let me tell you something, this may have done more than anything else. What do you think, my friends? Am I being mean? Am I being mean to Blackhead here? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think, to me, I think I'm being too polite. What do you think? But do me a favor. Please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe immediately. Make sure you absolutely like this video, because the metrics are so important. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And I have provided 5 questions for you to review immediately after this. Look at them, answer one or all, but I want to hear your thoughts and comments. And comment as you see fit.